dear students. Now we see Standard 8 Science Unit 20 reaching the age of adolescence. Growing up is a natural process that takes place in all living organisms. Human developmental stages include infancy, childhood, adolescence, adulthood, middle age, and old age. In this lesson, we will learn about reproductive phase of human life, reproductive health, nutritional needs of adolescents, and personal hygiene during adolescence. Now we see about the adolescence and puberty. The term adolescence is derived from the Latin word adolescere, that means to grow or grow to maturity. During this period, changes occur in height, weight, sex organs, muscle mass, as well as in brain structure and function. Now we see about the puberty. Puberty is a period of few years in which rapid physical, physiological, and psychological changes occur, resulting in sexual maturity. Hormones play an important role at the time of puberty. The average age for the onset of puberty is 10 or 11 for girls and 12 or 13 for boys. But factors like genetic and biological influences, life events, socioeconomic status, nutrition, and diet, and the amount of body fat also affect the onset and progression of puberty. We see about the body changes in puberty. 4 important changes that occur during the puberty transform the body of child into the adult. The changes are changes in body size, changes in body proportion, development of primary sex characteristics, development of secondary sex characteristics. Now the first one is changes in body size. The first major change at the time of puberty is growth, which is the increase in body height and weight. It is usually begins at the age of 10 to 12 in girls and 12 to 13 in boys. It almost complete and around the age of 17 to 19 in girls and 19 to 20 in boys. During adolescence, both boys and girls add around 23 cm to 26 cm in height. And the next changes change in body proportion. Certain body areas which are small proportionately grow big. This can be seen in feet and hands. And the next change is primary sex characteristics. Reproductive organs of boys and girls become fully functional at the time of puberty. Now we see about the secondary sex characteristics. Secondary sex characteristics are physical features which distinguish male from female. The secondary sex characters are regulated by the hormones, the testosterone or androgen that is secreted by testes of the males and the estrogen that is secreted by ovaries of the females. Now we see the secondary sex characteristics in boys and girls. In boys, height and weight increases. Boys also height and weight increases. Fatty and subcutaneous tissues develop in girls. Muscles develop in boys. Hip broadens in girls. Shoulder broadens in boys. Hair grows in armpits and pubic areas for girls. In boys, hair grow in the armpits and pubic area, and facial hair also appears. Voice becomes shrill for girls. Voice break take place due to lengthening of vocal cord and enlarging of larynx in boys. In girls, breast develops, but in boys, size of the penis increases. Now we see the role of hormones in Reproduction. The primary hormones that regulate reproduction are the steroids such as androgen, estrogen, and progesterone, which have masculinizing, feminizing, and gestational effects respectively. In male and female, reproductive behavior and reproduction are mainly under the control of luteinizing hormone, that is called as LH, and follicle stimulating hormone, FSH. LH stimulates the testes to produce androgen, the male sex hormone. Sperms are then actively produced. Now we see about the follicle stimulating hormone. The follicle stimulating hormone in the female influences the development of Graafian follicle and secretion of estrogen. In the male, it is necessarily for the development of seminiferous tubules and for spermatogenesis. We see about the luteinizing hormone. In the female, luteinizing hormone is the hormone that is necessary for ovulation and the secretion of luteal hormone, progesterone, and for the final maturation of the Graafian follicle. The next hormone is prolactin or lactogenic hormone. The main function of this hormone is milk secretion during lactation. And the last hormone is oxytocin. Oxytocin causes expulsion of milk from the breast, and it also involved in the contraction of smooth muscles of uterus during childbirth. Now we see about the reproductive phase of life in human. Reproduction is more important for the continuation of the human race. The phase in which the individual life during the production of gametes is called reproductive phase. The following are the reproductive phase in the life of female. First one is menarche. The first menstrual flow begins at puberty and is termed as menarche. And the next phase is ovulation. Ovulation occurs approximately 14 days before the next ovarian cycle commences. Thus, in 28 days cycle, ovulation occurs about day 14. And next phase is pregnancy. After ovulation, the ovum reaches the fallopian tube and the fertilization takes place. The fertilized egg undergoes development and it is implanted in the uterus. This results in pregnancy. Normally, it lasts for 280 days. At the end of which, parturition takes place. The next one is menstruation. If the ovum is not fertilized, the corpus luteum begins to degenerate and the production of hormones, progesterone and estrogen ceases. The unfertilized egg and the thickened lining of the uterus along with itself, blood vessels are shed off. This causes bleeding in women's reproductive tract, which is called as menstruation. Menopause. Menopause marks the end of the reproductive phase of the woman's life. At 45 to 50 years of age, the menstrual cycle stops. That is called as menopause. Next one is the menstrual cycle. The beginning of the menstrual cycle marks the onset of puberty in the human females. The menstrual cycle begins with the casting off of the endometrial lining of the uterus and bleeding. The casting of endometrium can be considered as period's preparation for pregnancy. Menstruation occurs if a knot released by the ovary of a woman is not fertilized during the ovulation. Now we see about the Menstrual hygiene. Girls should take special care of cleanliness during the time of menstrual cycle. Making use of disposable napkins or tampons may reduce chance of infection. And the next one is physical exercise. Walking and playing in fresh air keeps the body fit and healthy. All young boys and girls should take a walk, exercise, and play outdoor games. Physical activity leads to the conditions of better health, sound sleep, and thereby mental peace. The next topic is nutritional needs of adolescents. Adolescence is a stage of rapid growth and development. Hence, a diet with poor calories and other nutrition is needed for proper growth and physical activity. Balanced diet is very much important during adolescence. Balanced diet includes proteins, carbohydrates, fats, and vitamins in requisite proportions. Our Indian meal of roti, rice, dal, milk, fruits, and vegetables form a balanced food. Apart from that, adolescents need the following dietary components. First one is minerals. Since there is an increase in skeletal mass and blood volume during adolescence, the body needs calcium, phosphorus, and iron. The next one is calcium. Calcium intake needs to be increased to prevent osteoporosis in later life. It is present in milk and milk product to other equivalents. Iodine, it helps to prevent thyroid gland related diseases. Iron, iron build, iron builds blood and iron. Iron rich foods such as green leafy vegetables, jaggery, meat, dates, fish, chicken, citrus, Indian gooseberry, and whole pulses are good for adolescents. Now we see the last topic, personal hygiene for adolescents. Personal hygiene habits for the adolescents or shower or bath daily. Always wash your hands before and after meals. Keep fingernails clean and avoid nail polish. Wash your teeth and mouth before and after each meal. Avoid touching your face, nose, or mouth while preparing food. Avoid coughing or sneezing around food. Close your mouth by using handkerchief while you cough in public places. If you want to taste the food, use a clean spoon. Change your clothes regularly and wash them cleanly, especially undergarments. Do not defecate in open fields. Use clean toilet for defecations. If you are not well, avoid self-medication and consult a doctor. Thank you, students.